Hey everybody, this is Victor. I am here with Napoleon, and we are going to be talking about his flipping journey, how Napoleon went from being stuck for a number of years to making offers and being on the pathway to success. How are you doing?
Fabulous, fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good as well. Well, I'm glad we could do this because I really want to capture your journey. We've been working together maybe like 2 weeks, and you've already seen like great progress. You've learned a ton. You've built a lot of momentum. And what we'll do, I'd love for us to do like a case study when you're like making offers, and a case study when you like get your first deal, and then a case study when you're at six figures, and we can see that transformation. So that's going to be fantastic. So that's part of the reason I wanted to do this.
Okay, awesome. Let's do it.
Cool. So let's start with this. Like, what's your background?
Right now, I sell cars.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing that in 2008. I've done a little bit of everything, a lot of sales and a lot of forklift, and worked for myself as well too. I had a clothing store back in 2001. So worked from home, done some network marketing too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then how long were you thinking about getting into real estate? Like, how long have you had that dream?
Oh, a long time, long time. I bought a real estate course when I was like 18 or 19 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then a couple after that too. So
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. And then
been wanting to do it for a long time.
so okay, so it's been a while. What were
Mm-hmm.
some of like the stumbling blocks or some of the things like you think you needed to get started, but that just weren't there, that kind of stopped you from getting started for so long?
Um, just fear, I guess. I mean, um, that's what it was, I guess. A lot of it was probably, I think I was worried about getting funding and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of it. And then just time in there or whatever, I guess. Mostly fear, I think, is what it was for whatever reason. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally get that. Especially like your first flip or your first deal is your hardest, and it almost
Mm-hmm.
feels like a leap of faith, like jumping into it. And I know what I remember when we initially started talking was one of the things about you, like you already had people and friends who you knew who were out there flipping. But
Mm-hmm.
part of it, like part of why you thought you needed a mentor, like you didn't necessarily want to bother them. Like they were
Yeah.
busy flipping, but you didn't want to
Yeah.
like pester them with questions like, hey, what should I do? What should I do?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Can you
So
talk
I've
about
had
like that a little bit? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I've had a couple friends that have actually done it. So
Mm-hmm.
one guy's actively flipping houses now, and I've went out to a couple of his properties and stuff, and I learned a lot from him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to get it done. So I mean, he's not obligated to help me or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So so there's just like questions and stuff, I guess, that I had, and he's not always accessible, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he's still my friend. I love him, but it's up to me to get it done. So
Mm-hmm. I
it's
think that's
time to stop talking about it and get it done.
and be about it and do it. Yeah, no, I'm with you
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes, sir.
So we can definitely talk about like your transformation because you've made a lot of progress. It has been something like 2 weeks, but this is what
Hmm.
I've seen. I love to see and hear what you've seen on your end. But I've seen like you've gotten out there, made offers. I think you've made two, three, four, five offers, something like that.
Hmm.
Like you're running your numbers really well. Like anytime you shoot me a deal, and it's like, hey, what are you getting? Like our numbers match up, so that's really good.
Right.
I know
Right.
some of the first ones you sent over, you were a little bit off, made a couple tweaks. Okay, cool. And now
Yeah.
you're doing really good.
Yeah.
So you've made a ton of progress. But how does it feel like on your end, having wanted to do this for so long, and now you're like making progress? Like now the goal line's in sight. Like how does it look? How does it feel like on your end?
I feel good. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually see it coming together. So I know I'm gonna get my first deal here real soon. So
Mm-hmm.
my goal is, when we talked about, goals and stuff like that. So 90 days was to have my first one under contract. I think it's going to happen way before that. So I'm
Mhm.
working towards getting that done. So I appreciate you
We'll get
big
you there.
time.
90 days. It's been 15 days, so you got plenty of time. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you're open to, there's a couple deals, especially like you were pretty close on, like you were
Hmm.
pretty close on the price and pretty close on everything. Are you open to talk a little bit about those numbers, like what some of these deals look like and how close you got?
Well, I'm trying to think of which ones. I think I missed one.
Hmm.
Uh, one I just missed. I was running the numbers, and then I think I missed it. It sold.
Hmm.
Um, and there's still a couple others that I'm trying to get right now still too. So
Hmm.
I just got to go see them. There's one in it's in it's in Mulberry, and we talked about that one. Just having a hard time getting to see the property for whatever reason. So I've been talking with my realtor who I got the the deal from,
Hmm.
and she's working with the seller's realtor, and it's kind of a weird deal. But like you said, if you got to jump through hoops, it could end up being a good deal.
Hmm. I always, and
So,
this is, I just realized it just recently. Like that's a really unique mindset. So typically, if people have to jump through hoops, like, screw this, I'm out, I don't want to deal with this. But
hmm.
I see it in the opposite way, where the farther off the beaten path you get, the better deals you're going to get. So if
Right,
everyone sees a deal, like everyone's going to hop on it, it's going to bid up the price and it's not going to make sense anymore. But if it takes some effort and it's off the beaten path, it's kind of away from everything. It's hard to get to. Like there's some opportunity there because nobody else is going to want to deal with it. But if you can, and there's limits to this obviously, but if you can persevere, then you have a great deal on your hands as well that nobody else has gotten to.
right, right, exactly.
Hmm.
So I'm still pushing forward.
Hmm. Fantastic. And so you've had these deals. So you had these deals. How are you able to balance it? Because I know you still work full time, and then like you still do this on the side, and eventually you want to do flipping full time. But how do you balance it and are able to like still put in the time, put in the effort?
Staying up late, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, I work crazy hours at the car lot. So I
Mhm.
mean, sometimes I'm scheduled to be off at 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and then I'm there till 10 o'clock sometimes.
Mhm.
So, but like I mean, I was up late last night going through the course, so
Mhm.
I went to bed like after 2 o'clock actually. Cause that, yeah. So like after work, I go and take my son to the gym. We work out 4 days a week too. So we do that, and then we have to come home and eat, and you know,
Mhm.
and then do some studying, and then analyzing deals and stuff
Mhm.
at night. So
No, that's great. And what I really like about you, like you're always asking questions, like every day, like you're sending me a message or sending me a deal. That's fantastic because I know you're on the right path. I know you're doing good and progressing.
hmm
Um,
I got one to send you today too.
oh yeah, okay, awesome. No,
Yeah.
that's good. That's really good. What worries me sometimes is when people they don't like get a hold of me, or like I reach out to them and they don't get a hold of me back. My best students are those who are like the most engaged. You're the most engaged, so I'm confident you'll be successful. For me, in my mind, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Like it's going to happen, but is it going to be this week? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be today? Um,
Right.
we'll see, but it'll happen for sure.
I appreciate your confidence in me.
We'll
I
get
see
there.
it happening too.
Yep. Hmm. I think the biggest thing also, what I like about your story is just the momentum. Like if you're getting out there, getting offers, um, and talking to people and, pushing forward, that makes a big deal. Um,
Right.
I know you've been thinking about this for a while, and if you don't have that same like intention behind it, it's not going to happen. Because I know you've been thinking about this for a while.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
It's go time now.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, awesome. So with that in mind, like, would you recommend others work with me as well?
Absolutely, 100%, 1000%. I mean, you've been like a great help for me, so I really, really appreciate it. I can't say it enough. So yeah,
I
definitely,
appreciate you
I
too. Yeah.
recommend working with you.
I appreciate the kind words. We'll get you there. We'll do one of these videos where you're making six figures, and I'll be like, that'll be.
I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah,
We'll get you
I
there.
say I can say thanks to my man Victor.
Mhm. Well, perfect. And then, like, why should someone listening now take action?
I mean, if you're thinking about it, just go ahead and do it. Like myself, I mean, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've got people close to me that have been doing it, and there's just a couple things missing, I guess, and I got linked up with Victor, and I'm in action mode now. I mean, my best friend's excited for me too. He
Mhm.
said, this is the fire that he's been wanting to see in me. So
Awesome.
definitely, it's about taking action. So and that's I think you've helped me with that because there's just like I guess some little questions and stuff about that had me hesitating.
Okay.
As far as how to move forward and stuff,
Mhm.
and I've gotten that help from you, so I appreciate it. So if anybody's thinking about it, get with Victor for real. He's the real deal.
I appreciate it too. And that's what I've found as well. Like when you're getting started in something new, you have 1,000 little questions, and it helps to have someone
Hmm.
you can reach out to.
Yeah,
When I was getting started on my journey, I wish I had that same sort of help. And like going to a podcast or YouTube video or book, like it doesn't have that same sort of help. It's not like tailored, like, hey, this is
yeah,
specifically for you. This is for your situation, your market, this deal. So I'm glad that that's helpful for you too.
yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Well, fantastic. So that's all that I wanted to cover. Anything else before we wrap up here?
No, I think we covered it.
Awesome. Well, sounds good. Thanks so much, Napoleon. Appreciate it. And hopefully everyone watching has been benefited from this as well. But thank you so much and looking forward to your progress.
Thank you, sir.